Hello students, in this particular audio session I will discuss the second chapter from snapshots. The name of the chapter is the address. Now introduction of the lesson. Let us come to the intro part first. Then I will move on to the summary. So first introduction of the lesson. The story is about the human predicament that follows the pre war and post war period. The main backdrop of the story address or the address is related to the condition that happened to the Jews after the Second World War. Now, there are three important characters. Number one is the narrator, followed by Mrs. Dowling, then Mrs. S. Another character is also there, that is Mrs. Dowling's daughter. Now, let me continue. The story is about the human predicament that follows the pre-war and post-war period. Mrs. S., who was a Jew, was a rich lady. That is the narrator's mother. She was a rich lady. Whereas Mrs. Dowling was a non-Jew. The girl, that is the narrator, or we can say daughter of Mrs. S., had lost her house and her mother during the war. Which war? I already told you, dear students, it is related with the Second World War. Not only she lost her house, but also she lost her mother during the war, and now she had decided to come back to take her possessions from Mrs. Dowling, an acquaintance whose address was given by her mother years ago. That is the reason the story opens with a conversation between Mrs. Dowling and the narrator. Mrs. Dowling was very reluctant and she was not at all interested to continue her conversation with the narrator. So let me continue. And the narrator came to have a look at least how her mother's things were kept by Mrs. Dowling. When she reached the house, the woman treated her with a cold reception. I already told you all that Mrs. Dowling, she was very reluctant. She was unwilling to cooperate with the narrator, and she was not at all interested to invite the narrator inside her house. When she reached the house, the woman treated her with a cold reception and didn't let her into the house. She decided to go back anyway, and then she met her daughter, who let her in and told her to wait inside. Now, on her second visit, as you all know by this time, because I explained the story also from the text, on her second visit, she was welcomed inside the house by Mrs. Dowling's daughter. She decided to go back anyway, and then she met her daughter, who let her in and told her to wait inside. When she saw all the possessions in front of her, she couldn't connect with them and decided to leave the house. But when she found all her mother's precious belongings being kept in a very haphazard manner, she got very much demoralized. And finally, she decided to leave the house and promising herself that she won't return back to this house once again, number one, and she will forget her mother's belongings. But we know it is not possible for her to forget her mother's belongings. Memories will haunt her. And if those memories are associated with one's own mother, definitely it will haunt that person. And in this case, it will haunt the narrator. So that was the introduction related with the story. Now let me discuss the summary. The address summary. Now, in this summary, I will side by side give you some information also, as I will go along with the main story. After ringing the doorbell, remember the address of Mrs. Doling was 46 Marconi Street. Now, that particular address was actually told many times by Mrs. S, the narrator's mother. She told the narrator about the address where Mrs. Doling used to live. So, after the war got over, and after the liberation of the Jews and the prosecution of the cruel German officers, she got a chance to visit 46 Marconi Street to have a look into the precious belongings of Mrs. Doling, because Mrs. Doling had taken those precious things from the narrator's mother. Maybe that was the reason why she renewed her friendship with the narrator's mother. There was no other reason. So let me continue. After ringing the doorbell of Mrs. Doling, who lived at number 46 Marconi Street, the protagonist was given a cold reception, and Mrs. Doling took much time to recognize her. Not only that, Mrs. Doling acted as if the narrator was a stranger, but if you read the story, you will get to know that it was Mrs. S, the narrator's mother, who introduced the narrator with Mrs. Doling. Mrs. Doling had thought everyone in the protagonist family was dead and asked if anyone else had come along with her. Mrs. Doling refused to let the protagonist inside her home and told her to come back sometime later. Even she told the narrator that this is not the right time to have a conversation or to have a talk. And she even told the narrator to come later. The protagonist recognized her mother's green cardigan or sweater, which Mrs. Doling was wearing. She decided to go back to the train station and thought about her mother and how she told her about Mrs. Doling, who was an acquaintance of hers. During the war, Mrs. Doling would visit their house and take their possessions with her, as she didn't want them to get lost if they ever left the place. Mrs. Doling had a broad back. That was the main reason for Mrs. Doling to renew her friendship with the narrator's mother, because she was very greedy and very cunning. She only wanted to acquire the precious belongings of the narrator's mother. That was the reason that she renewed her friendship with the narrator's mother. There was no other reason. The protagonist decided to go to Mrs. Doling's home to get back their belongings. When she rang the bell, that was the second time when she went, Mrs. Doling's daughter answered the door. She let her in and asked her to wait in the living room. When they were crossing the passage, the protagonist noticed their Hanukkah candle stand that they had never used because it had been unmanageable. But here things are all manageable, but the things are not been kept in a proper manner, and that troubled and that actually saddened the author a lot. When she reached the living room, she was horrified as she saw all her mother's things that were arranged in a tasteless manner. The furniture was ugly and the room had a damp smell, and it made her disinterested and she wanted to leave the place. Because the things were not kept in proper order, she got very much depressed also. Even some of the things are not been repaired also. So the narrator was very unhappy, and it seems that he entered a place that was complete strange to her, yet she knew the place. The meaning is that she knew the place from the perspective that the things belonging in this place actually belong to her mother. But this is a stranger's place because this belongs to Mrs. Doling's house. This place is actually Mrs. Doling's house. So the narrator got very disappointed, decided to leave the place at once. So let me continue. When she reached the living room, she was horrified as she saw all her mother's things that were arranged in a tasteless manner. The furniture was ugly and the room had a damp smell, and it made her disinterested and she wanted to leave the place. Mrs. Doling's daughter offered her a cup of tea, and the protagonist noticed the old tablecloth that had a burn mark on it. When the girl was showing her the silver fork and spoons that actually belonged to the protagonist, or rather to say that actually belonged to the protagonist's mother, she jumped up and walked out of the house. And finally, what she decided? She decided not to visit the place again, as it brought back memories of the past, and hence she decided to forget the address. And not only that, she even decided to forget the address and promised herself that never ever she will return back to 46 Marconi Street. But we know that this promise is for a time being, because memories related with the dear departed soul of her mother is there in that house of Mrs. Doling. So there is a question mark how much she might keep her promise, and forgetting the address, that is nearly next to impossible. So that was it, dear students, the introduction to the story and the summary. I hope you have understand the storyline. Listen to the audio, and if there is any doubt, you can clarify. Thank you, students.